Hi, welcome to the January 2025 meeting. I'd like to call it to order. We could with salute to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a moment of silence for military, first responders, and also include the terrorist victims from January 1st. Thank you.
Did you call the roll? Charles Mackey. Present. Dave Caldor.
Present.
Dr. Maney's here. Chris Airy.
Here.
Scott Kittygrad.
Here.
James Archibald.
Here.
Frank DeBovis.
Here.
Barry Rigney.
Here.
Robin Trot.
Yeah.
Christy Metropolis.
Here.
Thomas Durfree. And Virginia Leibowitz. Keith Wilkin.
He is being excused.
Okay. Don Hudson.
Listen.
Ed Waldron.
Here.
Frank Chester.
Here.
Neil Velasco.
Here.
Karen Braun.
Here.
Andy Simone. Excused. Nancy Felicia excused. Dr. Tamara Bloom excused. Carol Kelly.
Yes, here.
Rob Fidio. Richard DeLuca. Jessica Barrios. Dr. Ting. Dr. Ellen Shearson, excused. Dr. Kugler, excused. Jennifer Wendell, excused. Michael Schwartz, excused. Matthew O'Connor. Robert McAvoy, excused. Dave Reed. Present. Dana Carpasso.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Hara.
Here.
Lenia Nix. Greg Martinez. Dr. Aaron Gelman. And Dr. Fleety. All right, so we have two.
Barrios just moved.
Okay. 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, Dr. Barrios. 19.
Okay, 19. Good one. If I could get a motion for approval of the meeting, the minutes from the previous meeting. Okay, second. All right, New York State Bureau of EMS investigations and discipline, we have one. For Lindell Brunson, intake number 165731 for violations of 10 NYCRR Part 800.3 AN and 800.15 B. And that's all we have for that. Communication and correspondence, we do not have any at this time. Officer's report, my report. So the 2023 awards dinner was held at the Coral House on November 20th. We had approximately, we had 104 people attend. Looked like everybody had a good time. Congratulations to all the awardees. We're still following up with getting all the as per New York State open meeting requirements, this meeting is being recorded and will be posted to the REMSCO website. REMSCO REMAC online medical control policy tag is being has formed a committee. We're looking for people to volunteer. Please let us know if you're interested. All ALS providers in the county of Nassau have to be credentialed. The credentialing takes place when you get your new state certification, so please make sure you're taking care of that. If the process is you sign up online, the medical director is contacted to make sure that you're active, and then you'll get an email back from the REMSCO that you're ready to go. We're still awaiting the finalization of our 5-year contract with the state. What else? The REMSCO CMAC meetings are February 26th and 27th in upstate Troy. They're live streamed for public viewing. And that is all I have. Vice Chair Tom Devaney. He's gonna take care of 2 different things today.
All right, so as far as vice chair goes, I have no report. Happy New Year. For the treasury report, we have $59,381 in our checking account, $16,289 in our money market, and $24,409.32 in our business savings. We did just receive our reimbursement for the state grant. Cleared the bank on Monday, and that total was $42,383.50. So we got the second check for the county and reimbursed the county for the contract.
Any questions to the vice chair or secretary? Any questions for myself? Okay. REMSCO EMS coordinator Don Hudson.
Happy New Year, everybody. The report's up on the website under the state rep tab. That's the REMSCO minutes and the associated documents. The hot topics there this year are financing for the regions, council, program agencies, along with education funding and aid to localities. Along with that will be some improvement and retention money coming to each region, and some paramedic original tuition offsets coming to each region. Those will be along with the program agency contracts. Other than that, from the education and training committee meeting, especially an ongoing open discussion about course funding and what that should look like, meaning should tuition be charged to every student in New York State, and then reimbursement be realigned to agencies that can use that to recruit members and retain members, rather than the current longstanding policy, which is via course sponsors. And that principally is sparked not just from recruitment and retention, but also from within the course sponsors, who now have to wait possibly 2.5 to 3 years for even the prospects of grant money to come their way for student reimbursement. So much more to follow on that. Please look at those minutes, look at those recordings, and get involved and ask questions, send emails. You know, we need all the ears we can on this and all the eyes we can on this. So next meetings are as stated, and we'll see what goes on from there.
Any questions of the EMS coordinator? Okay, yes, sir.
Seems a bit self-serving, but the officers were advised. In case you're unaware, when you talk at meetings, you generally end up being elected to things. And, or maybe if you miss a meeting. So I haven't missed any meetings, but I do talk a lot. So I was nominated and elected as the second vice chair of the state council.
Congratulations. Questions? Okay. Report of committees, REMAC, Dr. Shearson and Dr. Kugler is, both doctors are excused today. I have Dr. Kugler's report. He wanted me to talk about eBridge, that pulse oximetry was added to eBridge. And it's active right now. There's a proposal that online medical control pass forward notifications by eBridge if received by radio or phone rather than call the hospital. This will streamline the documentation and notifications. You also wanted me to bring up about the online medical control tag. They're looking for people to volunteer to help them out with working on that. And that's all I have for Dr. Kugler. Communications, Karen Braun.
Happy New Year. We have no meeting scheduled. We're trying to schedule a meeting for February. I would like to, so if you're on the communications committee, be prepared for my email. So we have something for the March meeting.
Any questions for communication? Disaster planning, Kevin O'Hara.
As we're well aware, we have the new MCI plan, and part of one of the things that we've been working on was getting some training and education. We put together a PowerPoint, and I made a audio version of the PowerPoint. It lasts about 30 minutes. And I'm gonna ask that it be made available to the committee here, or to the committee here, actually take a look at it. See if we think that it's suitable to then post it online, and then let all our constituents know in Nassau County. In addition, I think it's a good idea that we do have this plan, that we should send a letter to council to our training academies here in Nassau County. I believe isn't there four training academies? Okay, one that operates pretty much throughout the state, but the three that they're well aware of, that we'd like to see if they would incorporate, at least mention about the plan. Not saying that you have to dedicate a whole session to, but clearly mention the plan, show them a little where it is online. That's a great way to get the younger people, and again, everybody that's recertifying every 3 years, to have some knowledge of that plan. So, let's see if we can move forward in the next couple of meetings and ultimately get this video perfected, and then we have some type of a training program. And then also too, once we feel that that's pretty well in place, send a letter out to the different departments, fire commissioner, or any agency that we're willing to come out and explain a little about the plan for public awareness.
Any questions? Disaster planning. Education and training, Ed Waldron.
Happy New Year, hope everybody had a nice holiday. Just going off of what Don said, not only they above the state level, they talking about the financial aspects, there are significant changes coming down regarding EMS education. From original classes to refresher classes to CME requirements. It affects everyone in this room that is certified. If you would like to have a voice on how EMS education is gonna be shaped for the next decade or two, you should probably attend or at least watch the CMAC and REMSCO meeting. It'll also kind of quell the scuttlebutt on why things are being done. Like Don was talking about the financial aspect, the core sponsors and stuff like that. It'll give you an understanding, so you're not, I guess, bitching, for lack of better terms, on why things are being done or why you're being punished. You're not. There are true financial aspects that are going on. Core sponsorships in the state are going under. Without a core sponsor, you can't have the EMS education. Without EMS education, you can't have EMS. So just keep that aware. You really should be informed. I know there are a lot of vocal people in the room. Understand what you're being vocal about. Sometimes the loudest voices are wrong. Like Don said, please reach out, please ask. Go up there. It's a great time in Troy, New York. Go up there once or twice, just see how things work. And believe it or not, at the snail's pace of New York State, they are flying with the changes. I've never seen them move this fast. So kudos to the Director Greenberg. We like to bring up the bad a lot of things that are going on up there, but they truly are trying to get us ahead of the national standard, which is something that I have never seen in my 30 years in EMS in the state. So kudos to them and the work that's being done. And like I said, there are a lot of active people here. There are a lot of smart people here. Get involved. Your voice could definitely be heard up there. Bring a different perspective to what's going on. You won't be turned away, I promise you. Something I know I haven't said before, but the EMTC is sunsetting, July 1st of 2027. Next bridge is in April. Thank you.
Any questions to education and training? Legal and government, Frank DeBovis.
Yes, as far as the bylaws and stuff that we haven't had a meeting in the past month or so. There's some stuff that we're just waiting to get more information from REMSCO and their bylaws. So that anything that we draft up, put into our bylaws for down here, they're not going to be in conflict and kind of being complemented by REMSCO, so that there are no questions. That's
it. Questions for legal and government? Public education, REMSCO awards, Frank Chester.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody. Chuck already reported on the dinner, earlier, executive committee meeting. I want to give thanks to Dave and Chuck. They handled the brunt of the work for the dinner. It was a success. We'll be working towards another one, I assume, next year. Pretty soon it'll be time to put the applications in, so don't wait till the last minute. If you have somebody that you think is worthy, get the application squared away, get them into the REMSCO office. And that's it.
Just to dovetail off of what Chief Chester said, the award nominations are open from January 1st to April 15th. So sooner rather than later.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they must be into the state by July 1st.
And don't be afraid to nominate somebody. There's a lot of worthy people out
Yeah,
there.
this is the first year that I can recall that we did not have a BLS award nominee, and I know there's people out there that were worthy of that.
And
It's
deserve it.
sad, once again, that we did not have that. We did take a state award for Northwell EMS. I believe it's the 4th award in the past 3 years on the state level that we have gotten. So, very important, once again, that we recognize our own so that we can get them up to the state by July 1st for recognition for that. So thank you again, once again, Chief Chester, for leading us on that and getting it done in a timely fashion.
The awards will be in this Friday's coordinator's report with the links and everything else. And just a reminder, anything submitted directly to the state will doesn't exist. It's got to come to the region first. So just to clarify the workflow.
Right, so, so it was a little confusing. The county award nominations are due April 15th.
Yes,
The state,
yes.
to which we
But
send,
they're
which
sent
the
up,
REMSCO sends up to the
winners are
state,
sent up to the
is
state
June,
by July 1st.
And that's so
July, I'm sorry.
the
July.
REMSCO Awards Committee meeting can meet and pick a, we only forward one from each category.
Right.
You gotta give Frank time.
EMS Systems, Chris Airy.
No new business, looking to have a meeting at the end of February.
Any questions, EMS Systems? Membership, Robin Trot.
The Office of the Nassau County Executive has designated Dr. Irina Gelman as the county executive's representative to the council. Dr. Gelman is the Commissioner of the Department of Health and has an extensive background, and I do mean an extensive background, in all aspects of public health. Her resume is incredible. She speaks 3 languages, has been a keynote speaker and a presenter at many public health conferences, received numerous awards and honors in her field. She received the New York State Public Health Association's Outstanding Leadership in Public Health, as far as New York State Emergency Medical Physicians of Excellence, and New York College of Podiatric Medicine Career Achievement Award. She's currently a board member and president of the New York State Association of County Health Officials. I think she is a welcome participant, and we are very glad to have her on.
So we'll bring her up for a vote under new business,
Yeah.
I believe.
There are 13 council members whose seats are going to be up on December 31st of this year. Members are going to be notified by email of their pending seat expiration and will be instructed to have their constituency heads submit a letter along with a resume. Again, I know that's a pain, but you're going to have to do it. Informing the council of your intent to continue with your seat. Should a member not wish to retain the council seat, the constituency head will submit a new name along with a resume and to fill the vacancy. Please keep in mind that when you get the email, and you'll have plenty of time to answer it, that you do so in a timely fashion, because according to the bylaws, when a member's team has expired, the constituency has 6 months to appoint a new name, and if not, then we can either, as the council, delete the seat or grant it to another constituency. So you'll have plenty of time. There are a number of us, including myself, who will be expiring, so just watch for that email.
Any questions to membership? Hospital Emergency Department, Dana Cortopasser.
Hi, happy new year. No meeting scheduled for January, but also looking to schedule something at the end of February.
I'm gonna embarrass you and say what a great job you did of singing at the REMSCO dinner.
Thank you so much. Not embarrassing me.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
A literal game day decision.
20 minutes prior. Talk about an ER person being a little impulsive.
She got shamed into it.
She did, but she stepped up. She did.
Thank you.
All right, subcommittee reports, Airway Committee, I don't think. Dr. Newber's
I didn't
here.
back.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr. Newber.
Happy New Year. Just a couple quick things from the Airway Committee. Northwell was approved as a provisional agency. We're just working out a few items with them regarding data collection and training, but that's gonna come up in our next, Airway Committee meeting, but provisionally Northwell is gonna be coming on board as an agency. They don't have any approved medics yet. We did approve a couple more medics, one for Point Lookout, a few more from New Hyde Park, and a couple for Glen Cove. So the current active agencies right now are Point Lookout, Glen Cove, and New Hyde Park. We're still looking for agencies, so if anyone else is interested, please reach out. And we're also looking for people to help out or sit in our meetings. So, you know, we're trying to build the Airway Committee as a good resource, and we're gonna be talking about moving into 2025, not just RSIs and IGELs, but any type of airway cases, and we're looking to be pushing out education to everyone to just try to keep pushing the envelope and doing good education on that. We approved that the rescue medic course for New York City, the folks that are rescue medics, that they will meet the requirement for the difficult airway course. They will still have to take the regional course that we'll either be putting on or sharing with Suffolk County, and then still get approved in our meetings, but that just was another step to kind of moving people forward. We have pretty good reciprocity with Suffolk County right now. We actually had a joint training day with them, and we're actually developing some pediatric cases as well, because they've had a couple pediatric cases in Suffolk County, and they wanted to have a module, so we're actually helping them out with that. So really good interagency cooperation or inter-county cooperation with us in Suffolk, and they've been a huge resource, and it's helping us build our program better. Another IGEL agency we added on Seacliff, and more, if any more agencies want to get on board with IGEL, just let us know. And then finally, we just made the note that, you know, our standard has been that when we're doing agencies, that the medical directors from the agencies come to our meeting, talk about why they want their agencies involved, and personally vouch for all of the people that are getting approved for RSI. That has been a really good standard. It's really kind of pushed us forward and allows us to get a lot of investment from the agencies, and also allows us to make sure that the medics that we're putting forward are well trained and well supported by their medical director. So that will continue to be our standard, and that's unique to us in Nassau, Suffolk County. They don't always have medical directors show up at their meetings. I mean, they've been doing it a lot longer than us, so you know, obviously their system is a little bit different, but they've been a huge resource, and we're making sure that that we're, you know, raising the bar as we move forward. So anything else you need with us, please reach out, and we'll be having our meeting for the next REMAC meeting in a couple weeks. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Looking forward to a good 2025.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Newberg? eBridge, Dr. Kugler's, are not here today.
Dave, well,
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to mention, as somebody who signed on to the eBridge system, and once again has been working along with Dr. Kugler and Dawn, and some of the other members of the executive board. For those that a short time, I signed on to this 4 years ago when Tommy and Dr. Josh Kugler and Dr. Dave brought it to us. This was purchased by the hospital systems. Every system got on board. And once again, we've pushed it along, we've garnered it. But the most important thing is this is for patient care. This is for getting the information to the hospitals. And we need to start using that more effectively. As I said, they paid the freight and stuff. The only thing that this region pays for is the server that exists in case there's any issues or any problems and stuff with that. So coming in 2025, I would hope that once again, all the agencies realize that this is part of quality assurance, quality improvement, and that all agencies should be using it unless there's an extreme emergency where you have no connectivity, and once again, you need to get emergency information through that. I know medical control is monitoring it, but all agencies and all providers should be using that as their primary mandatory, as set in the policy, use for medical communications and stuff here in the region. As I said, it's very important, and it's very important for the hospitals, because once again, they are the ones that are, paying for this system, and it's worked very well, to increase the, care that we provide to our patients, especially our trauma, stroke, and, STEMI patients and stuff, to get them the care, expediently as possible, and making sure that it's passed along to all of those that are required. So,
REMSCO Remac, EMS tag, Dr. Newberg, Chris Airy,
There's nothing doing that.
first? No, okay. Unfinished business. Right, nothing, we're gonna table that until SEMSCO.
Right, as soon as we get the SEMSCO information, we'll be able to push that forward.
Okay, REMSCO Secretary Treasurer position. So I believe I need to open up nominations for that position. Can I get a motion? Okay, anybody want to nominate anybody?
is there any other nominations on the floor? We had one nomination last month.
Yeah.
Did you explain to them the executive, meeting and the rationale?
Right, well, so I had nominated, someone
Oh, I
for
understand.
the position. They were not, a seated member. And so we can't, it has to be a seated member. We had a nomination, I believe, the last meeting for a seated member, which is Frank DeBose. Am I correct?
That's
I
correct.
apologize, I wasn't at the last meeting, so
That's correct.
I'm back then.
All right. What happened is, once again, we can only have 30 voting members and stuff with that. And as was discussed at an emergency executive meeting, prior to the REMAC meeting last month, to go over this, as we're still once again reworking the bylaws. And because there are gray areas and stuff within there, we can't have more than 30 members, voting on that. So therefore, a, alternate, at this point, based upon what we see in the bylaws and stuff, would not qualify for an executive position on the council. Last month, there was a nomination for Frank DeBovis, and he had accepted. Is there any other nominations? Is basically what, Chairman Caldor is, mentioning. Because as I said, we, have that opening and stuff to be filled, for 2025. And until we can complete the bylaws and the reviews and come up with a definitive answer from the state regarding those, that is the position of the executive committee, and the executive board during that meeting.
Anybody?
Motion to close.
Those nominations are closed. New business, on the new business, we vote? Or old business?
No.
New business, okay, new business. All right, new business. Can I get a motion to accept, to vote for Secretary Treasurer position, Frank DeBose?
Motion to accept.
Should we make a, take it, that has to be can it be a secretary vote? Or it has to be a hand vote?
You can make a motion, the secretary cast one ballot since it's uncontested.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I get a
We have
motion for
secretary.
a secretary vote?
Second.
The de facto secretary.
Yeah. Okay, congratulations, Frank.
Thank you.
All here for you, Frank, it's right here.
Well,
Take it with when you leave.
it's yours.
I think we need to vote for, the county executive seat.
Make a motion.
Irina
Second.
Gelman, Dr. Irina Gelman. A question?
Second on
Was that position eliminated at the prior REMSCO meeting?
No.
I believe the motion
There was a
was to
vote.
abolish the constituency seat.
Yes.
And you did a roll call vote, and everyone voted.
Yeah. That's correct.
It was, for the seat and stuff, so you'd have to reinstate the seat, or once again, wait another, constituency, and that would have to come out on a vote as well.
Okay,
It
so
was not,
let's,
was not the person, the way I recall, going back to the motion, Dr. Chiasen had made was a constituency seat. So we can have a motion,
So,
for that constituency seat, or if there's another constituency out there.
so why don't we get so could we get a motion to reinstitute the, county executive seat?
I
Motion
make a
made.
motion to reinstate the county executive constituency.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Okay, so moved. Now we can vote for, the county executive seat, Dr. Arena Gelman. All in favor?
Motion made.
Well,
I asked for the
second
motion, I
motion.
apologize.
Comes from a second motion from the committee, correct? So it just gets voted.
It just gets voted. You're right, I apologize. Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, so moved. Dr. Rena Gelman is now the County Executive Council seat representative. EMS Memorial, we had a preliminary meeting with H2M in December. I'm gonna turn that over to
Yeah.
Vice Chairman Mackey.
All right, so, on December tenth, of last month, once again, we met with, H2M Architects out in Melville. It was myself, Don Hudson, Frank DeBobis, Phil Levensfeld, and, my son Kevin Mackey. We met with them. We looked over some of the designs that they have previously used. We had been in contact with the Fire Commission previously, multiple meetings I had attended with them, and I'm still working with them to get a representative to attend the meetings. We had a preliminary meeting. That preliminary meeting basically was to discuss options and to look at, the designs and to try and come up with a plan so that we can put it out for, a funding, to see what the cost would be. We had written a letter about 2 years ago. I wrote a letter requesting space at Eisenhower Park, which was granted. I need to contact the parks. They did contact me previously, and we have to sit down and discuss that. Being the fire commission needs to replace theirs, the thought process was a first responder memorial, including fire and EMS, as most of us are all involved in one way, shape, or form with both of those. So we have gotten to the point where I've sent some preliminary photos and some preliminary information regarding the current site, what's available there. And his goal is once again going to come up with a design. He's actually going to look to put it out to some of his architects that work underneath him as more of a contest to bring back some designs of memorials with a approximate cost analysis on that for us to be able to look out for that. I hope within the next month or so, convene another meeting with that and also sit down with the Parks Department to verify the spaces available and the utilities with that as well. But it went very well. As I said, we had a very good meeting, and hopefully that will move forward sometime this year, and we can be able to honor our own with that. Also, while you're on the memorial, as most of you know that attended the dinner and stuff, we did have a moment of silence for our court customers. Court being a paramedic here in Syosset, passed away from 9/11 illness this past year. I believe he's the third or fourth EMS provider and stuff in the region here that has passed away line of duty during the past 3 years that I was in. One of the reasons why, once again, I'm passionate about getting a memorial established. But she asked me once again, she thanked me once again for recognizing him. And I had asked her to please send me some information and stuff. I know Court casually through the academy, She was, as is longstanding, both with Syosset and Westbury, the possibility of once again establishing an award in his name for our county awards and stuff with that. So I'll have something hopefully by the March meeting regarding that. There's some people here that know him intimately and can give me a little bit more on that, but I know he was a significant contributor to our EMS system. And it's something that I think the council can look at, as we've done in the past with Dr. Lambrew and some of the other people that have had a significant impact on our EMS system. So that was all I had as far as the memorial and my discussion with Court's wife, Karen.
Any questions about the memorial? Okay, thank you. Lastly, so the regional executive committees from both REMAC and REMSCO had a meeting with Ryan Greenberg, the director of New York State EMS, back in December. And basically, we were looking to see, get a definitive answer about what the authority is of both the REMAC and the REMSCO with regards to the regulation. And it seems that we had more questions than we had more questions than we got answers. And fortunately, during the meeting, we had several attorneys from New York State law, both on a, in a Zoom meeting with them. So we're waiting some answers from the state. And as soon as we find out those answers, we'll bring them forth in this form. Any questions? The next REMSCO meeting will be March 5th at 2:00 in this location. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Well, did you do the enforcement actions?
I did.
Yes,
There's only one.
I'm multitasking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And then, the only other thing, the meeting dates, did we want to meet in the summer or we want to skip that?
What you said. What, those dates that we had.
The dates that are on the agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Motion to adjourn.
so moved.
So moved.